Listen, you and I both know the Chiefs are the measuring stick in the AFC. Year after year, they show up in the biggest spots, and that track record shapes how every season is talked about before it even starts. That said, Week 1 still matters more than people give it credit for, and the matchup with the Chargers is a perfect example. Not because a single game defines a season, but because the way Kansas City plays in the opener will tell us a lot about the team's health, confidence, and how comfortable Patrick Mahomes is with the offense right now. The piece I used as the basis for this breakdown reminds us that the Chiefs are coming off another dominant regular season, and yet face new questions about how intimidating the offense will be in the months ahead. Those doubts are exactly why a confident Week 1 showing would be huge. Think about it. Sportsbooks currently have Kansas City as a slight favorite in the season opener against the Chargers, which signals the general expectation still leans Chiefs, but only marginally. That's not the kind of line you get when people assume one team will completely roll the other. If Kansas City comes out and plays with the kind of pace and playmaking we expect, odds makers and pundits adjust, and more importantly, opponents start preparing differently. On the other hand, if the offense looks rusty or the team's tempo is off, suddenly the narrative shifts from dynasty to can they keep up with the new challengers in the AFC? And that's a conversation we definitely don't want starting so early. So for tonight's opener, here's the simple frame I want you to carry with you while you watch. Does the offense look like the same monster it was, or is it a team that needs early adjustments? That's the lens. And you can tell me in the comments right now. Do you think Week 1 sets the tone for the whole season, yes or no? Put a quick vote below. If you're digging this kind of no-nonsense Chiefs breakdown, please subscribe and help us reach 5,000 subscribers. It really helps this channel grow and keeps these videos coming. You're already carrying that Week 1 lens with you. So let's zoom in where it matters most, the offense. Patrick Mahomes is still the engine, but the surrounding parts have a few more question marks than usual going into the opener, and those questions are exactly what could make the first drives feel tense. The article points out the offense isn't the unquestioned juggernaut it felt like in some previous years, partly because of aging pieces, partly because of changes in personnel and rhythm, and that matters when timing and precision are everything. One big wrinkle you already know about is Rashee Rice's suspension, and what that absence does to timing and depth. When a playmaker like that is missing early, the Chiefs have to rely on schematic creativity and other receivers stepping up in key moments. So what should you watch on offense on game day? First, watch the pace. Kansas City's offense runs best when Mahomes and the play callers are allowed to dictate tempo. Early huddles, long third down sequences, or conservative 2-and-outs are red flags. Quick strikes, early movement on the line, and creative use of motion suggest the offense is humming. Second, watch Mahomes' patience and decision-making under early pressure. If he's forced into holding the ball or taking unnecessary hits because protection breaks down, adjustments will be needed fast. Third, pay attention to who becomes the reliable secondary target. Will Travis Kelce, if healthy and active, immediately draw attention and open lanes? Or will we see someone like Skyy Moore or a younger receiver seize that role? That little development tells you whether the offense can weather first game noise. While you watch, type the offensive player you think will make the biggest first-half impact in the comments. I'll spotlight a few picks in the next video. And if you still believe Mahomes can carry the offense through early turbulence, type Mahomes in all caps. I want to see how many of you trust him to right the ship. Don't forget to hit subscribe and help us reach that 5,000 subscriber goal so we can keep making these breakdowns and spotlighting your comments. Now let's talk matchups, because the Chargers present a genuine test for the Chiefs' early season identity, and the way both teams handle pressure will tell us a lot. Los Angeles has a defensive front and secondary capable of creating confusion with disguise and speed. And that means the Chiefs' protection schemes and pre-snap reads will be under the microscope right away. What I want you to watch for is how Kansas City neutralizes the Chargers' pass rush. Do they keep extra blockers in, get the ball out quickly with screens and quick outs, or rely on movement and rollouts to negate pressure? Those choices will reveal if the coaching staff trusts the offensive line and Mahomes to win in tight pockets or prefers schematic fixes to buy time. On the flip side, the Chargers' secondary can force contested catches and make third downs longer. If Kelsey or whoever the primary target is has to fight for every yard, expect longer drives and more punts than usual. Another specific thing to watch: matchups on the outside and in the slot. If the Chiefs can create favorable one-on-one looks or exploit mismatches with tight ends, they'll keep drives alive and limit the Chargers' ability to tee off on Mahomes. If not, you'll quickly see the game plan become more conservative. From a defensive perspective, Kansas City must get consistent pressure without overcommitting. Sacks are great, but hurried throws and coverage turnovers are equally valuable. Before the game, make a quick prediction. How many sacks will the Chargers record on Mahomes? Drop a number in the comments. I'll tally responses and react. Also vote in a quick poll. Do you think the Chiefs' defense will hold the Chargers under 20 points? Type yes or no below. Those interactions help the channel and give me content for follow-ups. One more practical watch point for the early possessions: special teams and field position. The Chargers can change the tone with a big return or a blocked kick, and when the first possessions are playing chess, those hidden yards matter more than halftime highlights. If you're enjoying this tactical preview and want more, hit subscribe. We spotlight top comments and predictions in upcoming videos, so your voice actually gets featured. When we talk about Week 1, it's never just about the single game. It's about momentum, perception, and how the rest of the league reacts. If the Chiefs open with a strong win against the Chargers, it immediately silences doubts about offensive timing, reinforces the idea that Mahomes can carry this roster through early turbulence, and gives the locker room a confidence jolt heading into September. Winning the opener also changes the national conversation. Instead of pundits debating whether Kansas City has lost its offensive edge, they'll be discussing whether this team is headed for another deep playoff run. That's the kind of narrative control a Week 1 victory buys, and it pays off all season. Conversely, if the Chiefs stumble out of the gate, the questions grow louder fast. Has the offense lost too many weapons? Is the line reliable enough? Or is this finally the year someone in the AFC West takes the throne? That noise may not change what happens inside the building, but it does put outside pressure on players, coaches, and even play calling. Early losses force coaching staffs to juggle reps and try adjustments sooner than they'd prefer. And while Kansas City has shown resilience in the past, constantly chasing rhythm is exhausting. That's why Week 1 matters beyond just one win or loss. It sets the tempo for how much of the season is about reinforcing strengths versus patching holes. So here's my challenge for you. Give me your realistic season prediction in the comments. Not just Super Bowl, but a record like 13-4 or 12-5 that balances optimism with realism. I'll highlight some of the best predictions in an upcoming video. And one more quick yes or no for you. Do you still trust this version of the Chiefs to make another deep playoff run? Type yes or no. I'll check responses and feature a few in the next breakdown. If you're new here and enjoy these kinds of deep dives that mix strategy with fan conversation, hit subscribe and help us reach our next milestone of 5,000 subscribers. Every click genuinely helps this channel grow and keeps Chiefs Talk alive for fans who want real, direct conversations about their team.